Hello and welcome to episode 83 of Three Pints and a Clean Sheet. Hello. As you'll notice, that is not Robert.
It's
Say hello,
changed.
Matthew.
I could try and be Robert, but it's not. Wouldn't work.
Actually, yeah, because we're going to play. It's us two facing off in the game this week. So yeah, please be Robert.
Okay. I don't have
Damn.
blonde. I
Also-
can't do my hair quick enough.
Oh no, you just need to be Robert at the game, which is shit.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
I mean, he's not here. That's awful. That's terrible.
I know. This will be a good test to see if he watches it. Because if he watches it, I'll get a lovely message saying I was mean.
He's not like me. He does actually watch them, I believe. So
But kicking off today, when we put this out, because this has been released on Friday this week, the Euros start today. And Scotland are playing in the first game. Are we all looking forward to it? We're all going to Germany in some respects. Kyle, are you looking forward to the Euros?
looking forward to being there.
Are you looking forward to the Euros in general?
Looking forward to like the constant football, but maybe not so much the Scotland side of things.
I think I'd agree with that, Matthew.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think if everybody gets their games that they want, so to speak, later on in the tournament, it might be a good way to spend July.
Yeah, like, I suppose the point is, if you're in Britain, the group stage kicks off at what is it, 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
And that 2 in the afternoon game, it's going to be like the World Cup again, where when I'm not at the Euros, I'm going to have to start watching games when I'm at work. Or if I'm not at the Euros and there's games on at 2 p.m. They're going to be in working hours. I'm meant to be in the pub. Sake.
I mean, it's usually the shit games that run first anyway, typically. So
Yeah, that's true. Scotland aren't on at any point at 2 o'clock, I don't think.
I think we're always
Scotland are
late.
always a
late.
big 8 o'clock slot. Starting on tonight, when this comes out, starting tonight against
The hosts,
Germany. Yes.
their hosts. Sorry,
Das hosts? I'm going with
know.
Das hosts.
man, don't speak German. Man,
I'm
flood
good
Duolingo.
You got the email 6 months later for the wee bird going, Duo is sad. Kyle has not learned German in 6 months.
Somebody he's tapping my door, like, mind me, and like, go away.
Yeah.
It's a lie. Not real.
Yeah, but the Duolingo bird, if you do ignore it, it does do that. It goes, hello, remember me. Come and learn the language again. It's really weird.
Well, I
Anyway,
didn't bother because I'm ignorant.
are Scotland going to win against Germany in the opening game?
I'll start us with this one. They could. They tend to like a wee upset here and there, so you never know. Not to that degree, but
Matthew, you seem to disagree with that.
Heart says yes. Head says if you can escape with a point, then I'll run right now, kind of thing.
Yeah. If it's the worst 0-0 of my life, I'd still take it now.
100%.
the first goal, if there's one, is the big one.
Yes, absolutely. John McGinn could literally shield the ball at the corner flag with his arse for 90 minutes, and I would still enjoy it.
Just a view.
Yeah. But no, I think you're right. Like, I think if you'd offered me a one-off game against Germany at Hampden,
Aye.
I'd maybe have gave us more of a chance. But in Germany against the hosts, game one, a lot of pressure on Scotland, but I suppose the alternative, glass half full way looking at is nothing to lose.
Same time, you don't want to just fuck it, then no goal difference, no chance.
Yeah.
Because goal difference plays a lot in these short form.
He's been preparing for them with these friendlies against France and Holland and all that. He's, you know what I mean? He's
Yeah,
been preparing.
we did so
for
well
it.
in those.
I know.
We even struggled against Gibraltar, so I'm not holding that much hope.
Like, our form is absolutely terrible, awful. It's what is it? 1 in 8 or 1 in 9 wins?
Yeah,
1
since,
in 8, I think.
not since Norway or something. Pretty much.
Yeah, since we won in Oslo.
That was what, last year.
So our last win would have been away in Cyprus, if we're not counting the Gibraltar game. It was the game away in Cyprus.
Good luck.
But the Gibraltar game was a hiding to nothing, because you tell me any Scotland player that was going in for a tackle that was, you know what I mean, risking their
Yeah.
place at the Euro. It was a hiding to nothing for anything. So
I suppose that's the point of playing Gibraltar. Like, questioned playing Gibraltar at the time, but actually it's because the games mean nothing.
aye,
But
It'd be much worse to play some decent opposition and come out with injuries.
even the Finland game though. I mean, I was there, and when the main team, if you will, was on, we were comfortable. We were 2-0 up, and then all the changes happened, and it went down the toilet. But
shows a
Yeah.
lack of depth and strength.
Yeah, because Robert's not here to defend them. They put that Rangers player on, and Scotland immediately collapsed.
And Craig
who's
Gordon.
that? Number
Jack.
20, Boo, is it?
Is that what you do, Matthew? What you do at Scotland games is,
No. I remain impartial.
do you know?
I do.
I'd have booed Ryan Jack just for the banner.
I will
And
say
they have-
it's unfair they had a superhero in their team, the Finnish. That Ant-Man.
Aye.
Crafty wee player.
Penalty or not, Greg? Did you see it? No, did you?
I've seen it. No,
No penalty. Okay.
my
think it was.
preferred decision is offside.
Okay. I was at the other end of the stadium, so I could barely tell it was a penalty. So
Yeah, so He
I'm
did
going with
punch the boy in
no.
the head.
I'm going with no on the basis that I'd like that to be like. I get that the player who's offside is the one who doesn't go for the ball. It's the one who isn't contacted by Gordon, but he does jump in front of both of them, and to me that's enough to be active. But I don't know. Even if it's not offside, I don't think it's. I'd rather we didn't have that as a penalty.
He has punched him in the head, though,
never
they've said.
He has, but
They
he's also
never-
won the ball.
aye. They never announced VAR was in operation on Friday night.
That's so the penalty isn't even the referee. Is not the refereeing decision I'm most annoyed about from that game. The
Ralston.
the tackle on Ralston is a red card
Yeah.
every day of the week and twice on a Sunday. And at the point where there was a tackle on Ralston, I did not like. At that point, I was convinced there was no VAR because VAR didn't even look at it.
We said
Also-
that around us. There was no murmur of VARs here, and then all of a sudden, Finland's goal was checked and their penalty was checked, and you think, wait a minute,
He was enjoying the SFA's provision of Tunnock's tea cakes. I've heard.
okay.
First half just sitting there. VAR on a friendly must be the best job ever because you're never going to do anything because it's a friendly.
Shouldn't really have it anyway for friendlies.
I was pretty convinced the SFA wouldn't have bothered paying for it, to be honest, because what's the point? It's a friendly. You're literally only going to be looking for offsides that have been missed, and if it's a really obvious penalty, and even then I question that. You're never really going to upgrade anything to a red card in a friendly because it's a friendly and no one gets sent off ever, really.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah. Pretend.
There was one tackle from a Finland player on Ralston just
Yeah.
after the foul that you were talking about, and there was a kind of gasp of, oh, that looked a bit bad, but again, never got checked. So
The one, Anyway, we are going into a tournament with the options of Anthony Ralston and Ross McCrory at right back. How do we feel about that?
Just in the left.
Well, lots for attacking play goes down the left anyway. I don't mind the McCrory option. I think it just lets Tierney and Robertson go, and McCrory will just sit back.
He's not a natural right back, is he? He's a centre half.
He's played
That's right.
right back. He played right wing back for most of the end of the season. Like when he came back from injury, he played right wing back all season for Bristol City.
I just assumed he was, I guess, centre half, so
No, he's been playing right wing back, but apparently also again not like being quite a defensive right wing back.
it will suck now in the width, but
I
The thing
and
is-
go on, Matthew.
sorry, no, Ralston on Friday night against Finland, when the ball was over the left with Tierney and Robertson, Ralston was always available for the out ball. Which,
Yeah.
if McCrory's more defensive minded, he'd probably want more quicker attacking force kind of thing. But
We're probably going to be sitting back most of the game against Germany anyway. Let's be honest.
gotta say that you want your defence like the England game with O'Donnell as our right back over Patterson,
Yeah,
the defensive option to defend. But Rosson's a better attacking option, but he's just not a very good player in my books.
I'm a bit worried about. Nicholas Füllkrug worries me a bit because Nicholas Füllkrug is not the best centre forward we will face at this Euros, but he is possibly, in my head, one of the centre forwards that could cause the Scotland defence the most problems because he is just like a big,
He's just
typical
bulldozer.
Yeah.
Sort of guy you'd have nightmares about.
Did we not have a guy like that in qualifying? No, was it Erling Haaland? Was it he?
Yeah, but he's fundamentally like Erling Haaland can be a different type. Like Erling Haaland is every type of striker turned up to the max. Füllkrug to me, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Hungary have a similar like 6'4" brute up front.
Oh, Adam Slazai or something.
Yeah, Adam. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I know you mean.
Yeah.
He's like 10 foot tall behemoth.
And then Braylon Bolo's not entirely small either for Switzerland if that's who goes up front.
He's had his moment, but he's a big boy now.
I'm a bit worried about Scotland's ability to deal with a big centre forward.
Then you'd have to admit we did keep Haaland at bay, bar a penalty. So
yeah, that is very true. And that one game where we did confine him to a penalty. The second game, based on how we defended in the second game against Norway, Haaland might have had a hatful.
I thought he played.
He was injured.
Was he? I don't know.
The 3-3 game he was injured, aye.
Yes. He injured himself against the Faroe Islands, and then that's what put him out for Man City for a while as well. Anyway, so we think Scotland might have a tough time against Germany, but hopes of a point maybe.
Ideally,
if you're offering a point now, you take it and run.
Yeah, literally.
But we did beat Spain, so you need to look at that and be like, well, we can do it against the bigger teams.
We can. I think it also depends which Germany turns up.
But they've been rather unconvincing recently.
You keep hearing reports of them fighting and injuries and so on and so forth, but
yeah, we don't actually know. Like, Julian Nagelsmann Germany is still very much a big question mark because they never actually played any competitive games under Nagelsmann yet.
So
they're all been friendlies. Yeah. Don't know.
Was the Ukraine game a friendly they played 0-0? That was much like Scotland Gibraltar, where they could have had a hatful but just didn't score.
And they struggled against Greece a few days ago.
Yeah.
They did win, albeit
they struggled against Mexico and the USA the end of last year as well. I think it will be really interesting, and it might set the tone for Scotland in the group. We have, as part of our Euro preview, gone through who we think the winners and gone through all the games to see, or a predictor to see how we think people are going to do. Starting with that Scotland group then, with Group A, who do we have going through and who do we have finishing in fourth and going out? Well, let's just say who have we got in fourth and going out? I've got Robert's predictions as well. Robert has conveniently cropped the bits where he says who's going out, but I know who I've got going out of Group A.
I have the Cross, Switzerland.
Oh, I have Hungary eliminated from Group A.
I have Hungary going out.
I think
That's tough on a call.
Yeah.
It's one of those. It could go either way. It could be any of them.
It could be the other Cross, Scotland, let's be honest.
I mean, I think it's all, you could say, it's safe to say Germany, but you never know. They could.
Literally, I think, depending on what happens, this could be, especially in the first game, if Germany lose that, Scotland, if we somehow win against Germany, the group is completely wide open. If you're not Scottish, if you're German, you might be looking at that and going, yes, Scotland are probably going out of that group, right?
I don't know. I don't think we know enough about Hungary or Switzerland really to comment.
My only comment on both of them is, Hungary have been in the last 2 Euros, Switzerland are a perennial tournament team.
They're round of 16 Renegades.
Yeah, literally. I think that's where I've got them going out at again. It is. Switzerland got to quarterfinals last Euros and put France out, Right. Again, another team, I think all the teams in this group, you do not know which one will turn up.
Hungary have been unbeaten for so long, haven't they? Or they were.
Yeah, well, Hungary were unbeaten in qualifiers. Switzerland came second to a group containing Romania. Anyone's guess.
Two teams, well, they came second.
They finished second to the group. They finished second to Romania. and they only won 4 out of 10 games and finished second.
Fuck, it must be a crap group.
They drew 5 and lost 1.
So that would put in the boat of they're going out because they've been quite shit.
Yeah, we'll see. I think Switzerland tends to turn up at tournaments. Group B has been referenced as the group of death, containing Spain, Croatia, Italy, and Albania. Who have we got going out of Group B, and why is it Albania, Kyle?
I've picked Albania because the other 3 are arguably superpowers of European football.
Matthew, why is it Albania?
Well, it's the same. Any of the other 3 could win the group or come third. It's
Yep.
Albania have no hopers in that group, so to speak. But
It'll come down to whoever does the least damage to Albania.
The thing is, again, if Albania beat one of them, then the whole group's wide open.
Well, hopefully Albania can do God's work and make it a bit more tasty.
I don't think they will. I'm trying to think of anyone who plays for Albania, and I'm really struggling.
Armando Gruya.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. The first Albanian name that came to my head, and I can't even remember if he's Albanian or Macedonian now, so I'm going to double check that he's definitely Albanian before I say the name. No, it's Lorik Chana, formerly of Sunderland.
There's also a right back who's for Napoli. Yes,
is Thomas Strakosha Albanian as well? The goalkeeper who was at Lazio for a while.
Brentford as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a few.
There's a few, but
not quite your Gavis and Modric's and that, but yeah, a few.
We are backing Albania to go out of that. What about Group C? England somehow spawning themselves into the easiest group of the lot of them again. England with Serbia, Denmark, and Slovenia.
I've went Slovenia. Again, it was a toss-up between the 2 S's and just picked them.
I think so.
I don't think I know any other players, so. But then.
Yep, Slovenia for me. However, if we're purely going on hope, then England are out of there before we've blinked. So.
Yeah, I don't think they are. I think England are probably winning every game in that group.
They might struggle with Denmark, but
they might struggle with Denmark. You know, they did struggle with Denmark at the last Euros, till someone decided to be a cheating wee bastard.
There's somebody else they struggled with recently. Was it Macedonia?
England, yeah. They had a tough game against Macedonia in qualifying at one point.
No, it was just like a few last friendlies. It was like 1-1 and they just couldn't beat them.
They got beat by Iceland in the friendlies just there. They got beat 1-0 by Iceland, who aren't even at the tournament. I have also went for Slovenia to go out. It's going to be, for me, the battle of the big number 9s in that group. You know, you've got Alexander Mitrovic doing his trade in Saudi Arabia now for Serbia, and you've got the hottest property in European football up front for Slovenia, and we've all said they're going out. Benjamin Sesko up front for Slovenia. Be interesting to see how he tries to, he's probably going to be the focal point for that team. Be interesting to see how he gets on at a major tournament for the first time.
No, yeah. Was it Leipzig's finest, I believe? Was it Leipzig? Something like that?
Yeah. Scored 5 goals in qualifying, so that's 2 less than Scott McTominay, and the same number as Alexander Mitrovic.
I didn't know he played for them. I thought it was Slovakia. Get them muddled up.
That is fair enough.
Still stand by though. They're going to one-man teams never do well.
Yeah, I think Serbia. I don't think I think England and Denmark should be the top 2 in that group.
You'd imagine
so. Opinion. Group D, we've got Netherlands, France, Poland, and Austria. The other kind of group of death, though perhaps not as scary for the Netherlands and France as you might think it is.
I went for the Polish.
Yes, I've also said Poland. They're going to get dumped out.
Back to my old point of one-man teams.
You've got Austria. The only reason why I didn't pick Austria instead of Poland is because I've got Austria in the work sweepstake, and I couldn't put them to go out in the group stage. I think they're probably if you ask me to actually predict what's going to happen, they're probably going to draw with one another, and it's going to come down to goal difference, and they're both going to go out anyway.
I picked Austria to go through because they've got a slightly more balanced team. It's not just one man.
Yeah.
Well, I think Alaba's their key man, but
they still got Watford's Daniel Bachmann in goals.
He's a bit mince.
Formerly of Kilmarnock. Yeah.
We've had this conversation before. I'm getting deja vu.
I was just trying to remember what Scottish Premiership team you played for. I was sure it was Kilmarnock.
You're
It's
right.
very hard with a goalkeeper because I can't remember what colour of shirt I remember him in.
Purple.
Group E, Belgium, Romania, Ukraine, Slovakia. Who we've got finishing bottom in that?
Slovakia.
for me.
Yes.
Yep, Slovakia. 3 for Slovakia. This for me was the easiest of all of them to pick who was going to finish bottom. Belgium are all right. Ukraine are all right. Be interesting to see, if they've still got a fair few players playing in Ukraine, how that affects them. Romania were on a really long unbeaten run in qualifying.
They had a good qualifiers, the 3 of them. So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know Slovakia. Don't think so.
Slovakia, I thought were doing quite well in qualifying, and I will double check that.
It can't be that bad if they made it, but point remains.
Slovakia finished second in a not very good group. They finished second to Portugal and only lost 2 games, which were both to Portugal.
Well, speaking of Portugal,
Yes, speaking of Portugal, they are in the last group with Czechia, Turkey, and Georgia. And I have picked the tournament debutants Georgia to finish last.
×2.
3 for me.
Times 3. Yeah, I've picked Georgia to go out. The fact they're here is testament to the Nations League working. And I've loved it to have been Luxembourg for the patter. Instead, we get to see Kvicha Kvaratskhelia.
He might carry
Hopefully-
them, but I just can't see it.
No, and we've seen the weather
feel like
forecast for
if
Germany.
they mark
So,
him- rain.
yeah,
Well, I'm not doing then. Sure, I'll get wet.
exactly.
Oop, text.
Oh,
I got a text.
what does it
It's
say?
about Thursday night football, Kyle.
Hey?
It was about Thursday night football. That was what it was.
Oh, can't
To,
wait.
to save me having to do some editing, I'm going to move on.
Yeah.
So 4 of the best third place teams go through. I don't know if you guys can remember which 2 third place teams you said we're not going to go through. You might need a second to work that out. The 2 that I have gone for going out are Austria and Serbia.
Not going to lie, I don't know.
I
Cool.
had Switzerland and Romania going out.
Oh, you had Switzerland and Romania going out. So I'm just going to check Kyle's for Kyle.
I sent Czechia, I know that. I think I actually sent out Croatia. No, I didn't.
No, Croatia are still there.
Serbia? Serbia it was.
Yeah, Serbia are not there. There's not a
Czechia.
third team for the England group. Yeah, I think the third place teams tends to come down to goal difference. For me, Serbia, like the 2 groups with the best, like the groups the best teams in them, i.e. like the Netherlands and France could do some damage to Poland and or Austria, and England should probably do some damage to whoever comes bottom of that group.
I would say I was supposed to put Italy out just on the fact it's quite a tough group and they might not score many.
That group could be a game where they all draw with each other and
Yeah.
all beat Albania.
Badly.
So if they all finish on 5 points, 5-5-5-0, then they're guaranteed to go through. That was kind of my logic, that there might be quite a few draws in that group. Round of 16. In fact, let's do it a different way. Let's start now with your tournament winners, and I'll get Roberts up as well. I checked beforehand. We've all picked the same tournament winner, which is
Scotland. Sorry, France.
France. It is indeed France. I think 3 of us, myself, Matthew, and Robert, all picked the same final, which indeed is France versus Portugal, is what we thought was the final was going to be. Kyle, you thought the final was going to be
France beating Germany, the hosts.
beating Germany in the final. I'm having a look at. There's some very different routes to the final for both those teams. I think largely me and Robert have very similar routes, apart from Italy or Spain. I think is the swap that me and Robert have.
That's just
for me, if we ignore the round, like let's do how far do we think how far do we each have Scotland going, and is it the round of 16? I have Scotland go out the round of 16, so does Robert.
Add quarters.
Yeah, quarters. You've got
I'm
hope.
around the 16 now.
Kyle, who do you think who do you have us down for beating in the round of 16?
Croatia.
Okay.
I was thinking it'd be like a jammy 1-0 or penalties or something. Just something really fucking jammy.
Okay, that's
Deluded, yes, but it also could happen.
cool. Matthew, who do you have us down to losing in the round of 16?
Italy.
Italy, I have us down. Me and Robert. Oh no, Robert has us down as losing to Spain, which I think means that you and Robert have both put Scotland finishing second in their group. I put Scotland as finishing third, and therefore I have Scotland as losing to Portugal.
I did second as well for what it's worth, I believe.
Who did you have Scotland losing to, Kyle, in the quarterfinals?
England.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Matthew? Oh no, you
no.
Sorry, you
Yeah,
have
I had-
Scotland losing to
Yeah, I had England beating Italy annoyingly.
you had England beating Italy. I had Italy beating England. I had my semi-finals as Portugal versus Italy, and no, I didn't. That's Robert's. Robert had his Portugal versus Italy and France versus Spain. I had mine as Portugal versus Germany and France versus Italy.
Mine was Germany, Portugal, France, England.
Oh, so you think England are going to get to the semis?
Well, because I couldn't see myself, I couldn't justify Scotland beating England. That was the only reason.
Did you have England at the semi-finals as well, Matthew?
Exactly the same route as Kyle.
Exactly the same route. I had England as going out against Italy, and Robert had England as going out against Spain. Quite frankly, if you wanted me to do it on head rather than heart, I think England, in mine anyway, England probably should get to the semi-finals and have a very good game against France, where the winner wins the tournament.
I think it could be any of the sort of favourites four could win it. Again, that sounds really stupid, but England, France, Germany, Portugal, I think.
Yeah, I think Italy and Spain are priced a bit further out than that. I think even I'd put England, France, and Portugal in my top three and leave the rest, to be honest.
I think the home advantage will come in somewhat handy, you'd hope.
I still
You'd
think
hope.
the Dutch are going to be kicking about somewhere.
I have the Dutch losing to Portugal in the quarterfinals.
I,
So
I,
does Robert.
I think they'll get beat, but they still have that nous of players that, they can turn it on like they done in Argentina in
Yeah.
the game that came back 2-2, was it? Weghorst.
Yeah, I am looking forward to the Euros. I don't like the 24 teams. I understand that we should be appreciative of it because just the reason Scotland are there. Well, not in this case. We would have got to the playoffs under the old system by finishing second in our group. But the 24 teams makes it a lot easier to just finish third and kind of, it feels like nothing really happens in the tournament to the quarterfinals.
I think of any tournament though. Nobody cares for the group stages really.
Group stages at the last World Cup might have been an exception, but at least like the round of 16, there's nothing in my round of 16 that jumps out at me as that'll be a great game.
Scotland game. I
And-
can't make that
and-
out, so.
In mine, Scotland get fairly humped by Portugal, so.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The only game I had, and I'm even looking at Roberts and going, Portugal, Croatia might be all right.
I've got Portugal, Italy, that'd be a good one.
That'd be a good game. I've got Switzerland, Italy as the other kind of good round of 16 tie. Switzerland
Germany.
kicked France out of that stage last time.
Germany and Denmark, that would be one of those.
I think have you got Germany, Denmark at some point as well, Matthew? Because me and Robert do.
I think I have actually, yeah, I did. I'll just double check.
I guess the general consensus
Yeah.
that Germany come top and Denmark are
Germany,
second
Denmark,
Yeah,
because
it's gonna be
true.
an interesting tournament. We all have France as the winners. I don't even like. I was gonna ask, do we have anyone who we think could be the dark horses? But looking at my tree, looking at the way I think the tournament's going to play out, I don't even really think there's an opportunity for anyone to be the dark horses.
They become dark horses by beating the better teams and putting them out.
Denmark again, maybe. Like that was my pick for the dark horses at the last Euros, and it did me quite well.
I think
Denmark again, if they beat Germany in the round of 16, could have a chance.
I think your usual ones like your Denmarks, your Romanias, perhaps your Turkeys are always batting about.
My problem is that I have Turkey play France in every scenario, and that just ends Turkey's
Yeah,
run.
Croatia, I think they're kind of past the underrated stage and they're now a full fledged.
To me,
Top
there's
10.
a kind of
Every time though.
Just while they're moderates, they're just not a bad team. We need to stop saying they are.
I don't know.
Croatia every time though. It's you rule them out and then they come back and do something.
Yeah.
I think
Anyway.
I got it there. I made a good point. But I'm not saying it again, so it doesn't matter.
I just heard, bro, you've got Modric in the team. Croatia are good.
I say they're not. They're past being dark horses anymore.
Yeah, I think that's true.
They're doing too well now to be deemed a dark horse. They're just a team, a good team.
Yeah,
That's my 2 cents.
I think that's very fair. And with that, actually, yeah, with that, we'll move on to the game.
So I got beat last week.
Hey!
Spoilers. Obviously, in the absence of our co-host, I'll have to do 2 games, but so be it.
At least this week's a bit of a throwaway. I can lose and not really care.
Your streak's still fucked if you lose though.
No, it's not.
I'll decide. I'm the quiz master. Anyway, transfer game. Old favourite. It's easy to make. And rules. You should know by now, but we'll do it anyway. There's 5 points up for grabs, and it gradually gets lower. So you got your fee, year, position, country, team the left, team the joined, and it goes down, obviously. Following, gentlemen. And then there's a theme, so every player's linked by something. And you get 1 guess, and obviously per player it goes down a point as well. Similar scoring, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so on the first player, if we manage to get a connection after 1 player, we get 5 points. Second player, we get 4
3,
points.
2,
But we can only guess a total of 1 time, is that right?
Yes, there's 1 guess, not one
One
per
guess each.
guess. Just 1 guess at all.
Cool, that sounds great.
I'll give you another shot at the end for 1 point if nobody gets it.
Cool.
But you should, so. Are we ready?
No.
Good. So, 2012, 14 million. This is all transfer marked, so it's in euros, I believe. MD?
David De Gea.
No.
Ramirez.
No. 2012, 14 million for a defender. Defense.
Defense.
Phil
I'm trying to remember.
Not Philip Jones, MBE.
Christopher Smalling, MBE.
It's not Sir Mike Smalling. Will be 2012, 14 million defender from Spain. España.
Spain. España.
Also, there's a mix of players still playing and not playing.
I could not decide if Matthew was frozen or thinking.
No, I'm thinking.
I'm also thinking. And I am struggling. And I am trying to fill the time by talking weirdly.
Gonna have to rush you.
Jordi Alba.
3 points.
Bastard.
This is transfer from
Sevilla.
Valencia to,
Valencia, Barcelona.
Ah,
of course.
I had that in my head and thought 2012 was way too late.
I moved like that summer.
there you go.
Yeah, I was ready to say Jordi Alba if Matthew said something silly.
Anyway, player 2, 2016, free transfer, apparently.
No idea.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
No. Just shout theme or something if you want to guess the theme
Yeah,
at any
yeah,
point. So 2016 on a free for a forward,
Eder.
not Adair.
You can see I'm guessing based on what I think the connection might be.
Alvaro Morata.
Is not. 2016 a free. Sorry, for a free for a forward from Spain.
Oh,
Don't know why I froze there. Couldn't he read?
2016.
2016. Fernando Torres?
Another 3 points.
Oh,
Another 3 because he got 3
well
last time.
done.
I should have taken note of the scores. I think it's a
It's
4-1
6 now.
conclusion.
It's not foregone conclusion, it's just 6 now.
Anyway, that was his transfer from AC Milan to Atletico. Yes, Atletico Madrid.
Forgot Fernando Torres existed after Chelsea.
Well, he was.
I thought he just dissolved into the ether.
He may as well because he didn't really do much after.
Or at
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Yeah, it's kind of after Liverpool, really. Right, next one. 1987.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
1.1 million. Fun fact, when I was typing this out, I put 1897.
Someone was going for 1.1 million in 1897. I'd be very confused.
I think they're bored now.
Be a lot of money in 1987. Gary Lineker.
No, it's a lot of money nowadays.
Maradona.
Negative. 1987, 1.1 million for a forward.
Roberto Baggio?
No.
He's not a forward. Nah, I've got nothing. Carry him.
1987, 1.1 million for a forward from Holland.
Johan Cruyff.
No.
Oh, is he? Ruud Gullit?
No. 1987, 1.1 million for a forward from Holland, left Ajax.
I was going to say, if you say Ajax, I'll hit you.
Well, said Ajax, so.
I'll hit you on Saturday. What a surprise. Forward from Holland leaves. Team where everyone from Holland leaves.
Van Basten? No?
2 points.
Well done. 8 now.
Join AC Milan. Apparently.
I'm still trying to work out what the connection is.
Well, feel free to start. 1982.
Jeez, peeps.
130,000. 130k.
Gary Lineker.
No.
Nah, nobody.
1982, 130k for a midfielder. Like an attacking midfielder, I should say. Doesn't really help midfielder, but
1982 is not helpful.
well,
It's the not helpful
Well.
bit.
deal with it.
Well, I know about 1982, apart from it was a World Cup year.
I wasn't born.
Archie Gemmell.
I've got
Is it-
nothing.
Oh,
Move on.
I wasn't sure. 1982, 130k for a midfielder from France.
Michel Platini?
It's another 3 points.
Delightful. Can I guess the connection?
For 2 points, you can.
Have they all scored in the final of the European Championships?
2 points.
Delightful. I should have guessed that after the last one. I should have actually guessed that after Fernando Torres, but I was waiting to see if Kyle had done They're All Spanish.
No, I was close to it because there was a lot. Anyway, last one, playing for fun here.
We are
2015, 6.7 million.
Eder.
5 points.
Thank you very much.
He was this one for the end because I thought he's the most obvious one. It was him or Luke Shaw for the most obvious one.
I assume you gathered I kind of knew what the correction was after the first one.
I don't know. You didn't say it, so I think we're
I guessed Eder.
When you said that, I thought, fuck, that's coming up. And then,
Yep.
oh well, that's your streak done.
I'll take 11-7. The streak's not done. This is a friendly.
So what?
I'll take streak done. But in competitive internationals, I've still got a streak of 1.
I'm gonna make it even harder next week.
Delightful. Can the correction be they've all scored in the European Championship final?
Well, I thought I'd keep it relevant to the episode.
I was trying to, at one point, trying to work out, like, past 2000. I was trying to work out who was in the Euro 2000 final and 2004 final for a while. And
Well,
couldn't remember who scored 1-0 for Greece in the Euro 2004 final.
I was at a picking, but I thought I'm going to try and pronounce it, and I'm not doing that.
Angelos Karisteas.
Karisteas, yeah. That would have been my guess, that it was Karisteas.
But more than that, I had to go as far back as like the 80s, and then I gave up knowing any of the players.
Euro 2000 final? I'm trying to remember who was even in the
Trezeguet.
Euro 2000 final. It was Trezeguet.
France.
It was
France beat Sunday.
Wiltord and Trezeguet. I was going to do him, but we've had him quite recently, so I didn't use him.
No, we've not. No, we've not. We've not had him recently.
My mistake, sorry. Different bald fella.
Yes, different bald fellow me. Talking of different bald people who are called me. Thanks very much for listening to this episode of 3 Pints and a Clean Sheet. This has been episode 83. We hope you're all looking forward to the Euros as much as we are. Unfortunately, we are at the Euros next week, so there is going to be no episode. But we are going to release the episodes from the showdown. So keep your eyes and ears peeled to our YouTube feed for when they go out. We will let you know when we're going to be back. Probably after some of the showdown episodes have been aired. But for now, it's see you later.
Godspeed.
Thank you, Zinedine.